All right, welcome back. Oh, here's Mr. Kruger just waiting for me. He seems to really like that spot because he's always sitting there. So there is a few changes today, and well, actually quite a lot. So what we've started to do is started to take out all the hens, or actually have taken out all the hens in here that were not laying eggs. We had one down here, we had one here, and we had the cockbird up here that wasn't doing anything, and another one here. Some of those hens we had in here are probably a little bit young. They've been here for 2-3 months now and they've not laid eggs, so I've decided to take them out. I boxed up these ones. The Street Fighter hen was in here with the 83 son, the unrung one. I've taken him back out as well. They're all in the flying side. Still going to leave them down there. They're doing pretty well, Mr. Kruger with his two little babies. And they're not too far off really sort of, getting those ones out and weaning them as well. They are pretty close, along with these little ones as well. These ones are looking pretty good. I'm going to leave those two pairs together. Still got this one free. I'm not sure what I'm doing with that one yet, because we bought the two Cassat cocks. So that one and that one. That one was paired up and had a round of babies. We've weaned them out, and I've taken the hen out of here for now, because I would really like, that's the one that I want to breed from. This one is much nicer than the other one. Well, they're both all right, but he's my preference, and I want to get a round or two out of that one before, the season sort of comes to a close. So I'm just making a few changes in here. The mealy hen and king will stay together in here. So basically those three across there will stay in here. I'm hoping I can start bringing over like 83 and the best hen and start bringing those type of pairs that I'm going to keep together into this side, because all of our pairs are going to shut down apart from 9 that are in here. We might get 9 pairs in here, let them do 2 more rounds, because we're up to around about 45 birds in our race team, and I really only need another 20, which we can do out of these 2 rounds quite easily. So that's kind of what I'm at now, is sort of just sorting through the birds and figuring out where we need to be. So as we go along, I want to try and bring my pairs into here, get them locked into these boxes, and then once they're settled, I'll let them out and they can just go as normal. And some of these birds will start coming out of here as well. I don't know if I'll let these ones go again. I may just try, I'd really like to race that hen. I've been considering about it. We have broke her in, so I would really like to get her flying around the loft really well and see how she goes. It's one from Adam. She's quite a nice little hen, so I'd be curious to see how well she does. So that's something I'm looking at doing. Is probably some of the stock birds that I was kind of given, and I really wasn't really interested in those ones. I might try and break them in. I think that'd be pretty cool if we could get a couple of those to the race, because a lot of them are pretty young. Like, we've got a whole bunch of Krugers here. I don't need them all. So little things like that, a lot of people probably won't agree, but my main goal is only 9 pairs in this loft that are birds that cannot be let out. But we'll show you another loft. We'll get a little bit more anyway. So, because you're going to go back out flying again, girl. I just really like a lot of my birds flying. I think they make better breeders. So if we can get a few back out loft flying like this little hen after she's done, she'll probably do 2 more rounds after this, because I am really liking these babies they are producing. So this time they've just produced 2 stunning little mealies. Last time we got 1, this time we got 2 mealies, so it's looking really good that we'll continue to produce mealies from this little hen. And I'm assuming these will be cocks as well, so these will be boys, but we'll just wait and see. This one's definitely mealy. This one's got a little bit of strawberry pattern on it, so that potentially could be a hen, I don't know, but they are quite nice. I like them, and we do need some more mealies in there. I'd really like some red checkers, but just can't breed any this year, so we'll just see how we go with those ones. I reckon this hen will easily do 2 more rounds. It won't bother her too much. She's quite happy and healthy. I was checking her out before. She feels really good too. She's like lost no condition. And the same with King as well. He's here somewhere. There he is, and he's doing pretty well also. Not too much to phases this big fella, so I feel like we give him a really good chance this year to breed some babies and just see how they turn out. And I'll probably I definitely want to try and loft fly her, and then we'll probably repair him with someone else But I'm sort of just going through my pairs at the moment, figuring out who I want. I do want to at least try and repair that cassette that I was showing you, the non-pied one. So come on, this one here. Let's get him up into the box there. So this is the one I want to get a couple of babies off, because just look at him. He's the checker at the back. He's a real beautiful pigeon. I think a round or two off him, if we can find a really good hen, I think that would be really good. And here's one of the other Hardy Kruger cocks I've got that not sure what I'm going to do. I definitely want to keep Mr. Kruger and the Street Fighter hen. This one I'm still a little bit not sure with, but I want to breed from this Cassar cock here, because he is really interesting pigeon, nice and strong. So yeah, we're sort of just getting to that end now where I need to get a few more test rounds out. And opening this up for all the little babies to come out as well. There is some new ones in here that haven't yet been out. There's a first mealy there, that one in the front. He's a nice bird, that one. Really starting to shape up. He's more of a late bloomer. Some of these babies just shine up straight out of the nest. But he's a little bit lanky and whatnot, but as he matures, he's starting to turn into quite a nice bird. So I will get those babies out later on this afternoon for a fly. They missed it yesterday because we had the older ones out first, and some of them just did not want to go back in, so I couldn't let these out with the older ones because, you know, I don't want to cause too much trouble. So here's one of the pied cassette offspring here. I've been weaning them out the last few days, and this one's looking pretty good. These are going to the one loft race. You know, I'm pretty happy with these babies. They're a little bit wild, not super friendly. Oh, look at this guy. I like him. He's pretty good too. But there's a lot of changes going on in here, and you've seen in the last video we brought in these babies down off they're Apache babies. So there's one, actually that's both of them there. Really nice looking birds. They're in here weaning out as well, along with everyone else. So all these birds in here have had baths today, which is probably explaining why they're all so relaxed. And they're all been laying down the back here and letting that breeze sort of just cruise through there, which is really good. So my main goal now is to get the 10 birds done. Those 4 that we've seen before in the other loft, need to wean them out. I've got to give those 10, all of them going to have their injections. So those 4 and the 6 that are in here for PMV and Rota, before we send them, I need to get them off to the one loft race. And then we can really focus on getting all these birds like flying really well. I just wish we had a few more sections. And you'll see there's a lot more birds in here now. So all these ones are flying. I let them out this morning, but what I'm going to do is just leave them in, because some of these just hang out all day, because I'm trying to get them back into that routine, because some of these have been off breeding or trying to breed, so it takes them a little bit of time to get, you know, used to it. There's a couple more pairs I might bring in here as well to start pulling them out of the breeding side, because all these birds here are going to be raced. So I want to get these really fluent up and flying, and then I want to get all these young birds mixed in with them as well. And there's a few more young birds coming across now, just hatching. So that gives us around about 45 so far. And then I just got to get another 20, which I want to do. If I can move some of these pairs into there, I can get some breeding done over there. Watch out, little fella. And I don't think I'll pull down these boxes. I may just run pairs in these next season. We didn't really do it super well last year, but I feel like this year we got some older birds, and we might just be able to pair them up and not breed them, but just race them out of these boxes, and I'll be able to fit some older birds on this side as well. So realistically, I'd like to get all the pairs that are breeding out of here, and then just turn this into a flying section. So we'll have some younger ones over here. We can bring all the paired ones in here, so I can fit another 30 or 40 on this side. I'd say, you know, we can fit 24. How many boxes? You've got 6. Yep, 12, 24. So we can fit 24 paired birds in these boxes. Then probably another bunch on the outer sections, because there's a lot of room here. So just looking at what we can do without disrupting everything too much. So what I've done today, I'm just testing a few things, trying to start moving these birds across. These had a baby in here, so what I've done is I've brought it across to here, because the babies are about the same age. So this is their baby up the back here, and I'm just feeling its crop, and it's actually really full, the crop. So this little baby is out of 83 and best hen. I don't plan on splitting these guys up. I want to just let them keep going, because I've only raised 3 babies so far, and I don't know if I want to split up Apache just yet. We've got plenty of babies from him. I just don't know who I'm going to pair him up with just yet. So that's sort of, you know, ifs and buts. So you can see these babies are the same size. That's why I've put them all in together, which frees up this pair as well. I know Little Storm at the back there, she does want to lay eggs again, and he's pushing her pretty hard. So I might just have to stall that for the time being, because I just, like I said, I just want to start moving some pairs over onto that side, so I can move these ones across, because these ones are looking after that baby, and the babies have been eating out of here as well. So really good to see. The only other thing I did as well, which not super ideal, but I thought we can free up another pair. You'll see there's 3 babies in here, and they're all really well fed. So these 2, this one and the one at the back there, are the ones that are meant to be in here. And this is the one that I've brought in here. Let me just fill that one at the back there. Oh yeah, he's got plenty in there as well. So when I was cleaning all this out this morning, I thought I'll just try it, let them sit in here for the afternoon and just see if it works. I don't recommend putting 3 in a nest bowl, and I'll probably get some negative comments for it, but these are past the crop milk stage and they're just feeding them seeds. So it's, yeah, I'll put heaps of seeds up in here for them, so it's helping them. What I want to do is just get those 3 weaned out. And the only reason I put that extra baby in there is because it was down here and there's only 1 baby in there, and the 2 parents that are in here, I want to separate them. And there's a hen in here, the ugly hen, and I'm considering pairing her up to Shock and letting Shock have some of his own babies. And Shock is pretty much free now, so I thought, oh, maybe we'll try and move him across and pair him up next week or so. So if that's working, then we can do that, because I know you guys want to see a little bit more Shock babies. These guys will lay soon too, so I probably should move them across, and then we can just sort of start freeing up some sections. These ones will be a little bit slower. Oh, a bit of a slap. So these ones should hatch probably next week, whatever, and then I will separate these, because Rosetta's in here with 8007, so 007. I want to pair, I'm considering pairing up Rosetta with the red checker cocks. I feel like that's going to be a sensational pairing. And the red checker and his hen, I got babies they just got some babies that just hatched, so going to be about the same time. And then I might consider pairing this cockbird up with the Street Fighter hen, which is the Hardy Kruger one that we haven't had a chance yet to get her down on eggs. So I thought if we bring in an older, more experienced cockbird, we might be able to produce a few little babies. So there is a bit happening at the moment. Lock this box up as well, just so that we don't have too much, you know, birds trying to get in and do whatever they want to do. And I've locked those 2 up as well. Leo and Storm, I feel like I might just keep them together for the season. They are just a nice pair, and it's, you know, there's only 1 egg in there too, so I'll just have a look at that later, and if that one's not fertile or whatever, I might just move that one out. But you know, those ones can go across to the other one as well. We start to free these boxes up. The barless hen has laid those 2 eggs, so I might look at separating them, because I definitely would like to create some more splits, but I'd really like to, you know, pair him up with one of his daughters, so I can produce some more pure Staffan Reeds and give them a bit better chance. Or give him a better chance anyway. So that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. And I'm thinking about splitting this pair up as well, because Titan is one of the birds that's on the chopping list. He was on the chopping list last year as well, but just not doing anything for me. I can't find the right hen to pair him with. We've tried quite a few different hens and just had no luck with him. So I think we might look at moving him on. I may separate these guys now, I do have a son of 83, the young run cock. He's a young cock, but I may pair him up with this hen. She's done a few rounds now, but I might just give her another chance as well and see if she can produce something else with one of my cock birds. I have had Titan flying out before, so I might get him out loft flying, see how he goes with that. And these are the babies that have just hatched. So this is the cock that I'm thinking about pairing up with Rosetta. They are very similar birds. I love this cock bird, to be honest. He's really grown on me. If you remember, I got him and his brother. Had his brother for a bit, but I gave him to one of my friends, and he's going to raise some of those babies this year again as well. But this one out of the two is definitely far better, because we clocked a lot of his babies last year. So the little mealy hen that's over in the other loft, that is also that's his daughter. So he's got 2 babies in there. And yeah, he's gone pretty well. He's bred a few this year. And after this round, I'll look at separating him, because I really think the Veenstra cross with him is going to be sensational. So I thought, you know, we'll do that one last sort of chop and change. But I feel like that's kind of where we're at now, is just getting down 9 pairs. A couple of them will be different, and then just letting them do around about 2 rounds. And that will give us the birds we need to race. We've got quite a lot of birds anyway. Like there is, like I said, 40 to 45 on that side, and a lot of them are older ones too, so they're reasonably experienced enough anyway. A lot of them have been out to like 500, between 400 and 500 kilometers. So yeah, we'll see how we go. There's a little ugly hen there. That's the one I'm thinking about pairing with him, because she flew all the way out to 515 kilometers, and the only special ring bird to make it back, so, or make it through the full season. Out of 14 rings that we had, she was the only one left. So I thought, you know what, we might just give them to a couple of rounds together and see what happens. That's kind of what I'm thinking. You can put some comments down below and let me know what you think. So that's the main thing now, is getting all these older birds like these 2. They've both been raced before, and a few other ones back over into this side, getting them all back into the trapping and loft flying, and then just getting their condition back on them from breeding. Not that most of them have dropped much, but I just want to get them in as best condition as we can for the race season next year, because that's what we're after. And some of the older ones, like I said here, what we might do is just bring them back into this section once all the breeders are out, and we can kind of start either separate the cocks onto one side, because they are an absolute pain at the moment. I've had them out before and they're causing so much trouble, or we can just start bringing birds on this side and have the older ones here and younger over there, and just frees up sections. I need more sections so I can start weaning out the babies a little bit better. So we're getting there. It's all about prepping for the season now and getting all these birds as fluent as they need to be. It's something I learned from that last year, is that, you know, you can never be too prepared, and that's where we're at now. So I will catch you guys very soon, and I'll see you in the next video.